Okay, now I've got the lighting, the spacing set up. I've got 4 in between, 2 from each wall, side wall. That should hopefully, now if we were to come down here, actually I'll come down here, that should be, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, so that'd be 10 directly below. It should be enough light to prevent mobs from spawning. Now what I'm going to go do is figure out exactly how I want to run this wire so I don't end up wasting a lot of it. I'll figure it out. And then I'll come back. Okay, I've got this worked out. What I'm going to do is, see, this is what the panels are for. Okay, so now what this does is when you're down below, you don't see any difference. It allows you to run this this red alloy wire through here without taking up this middle space here, so you can still run all your pipes, your tubes, your wires, all that stuff through here, yet still wire your lamps. Now, in the new version of Red Power, there will be lamps that are on by default. Instead of requiring power, they actually require power to turn them off. Unfortunately, I don't think we're ever going to see that in Tekkit. The way the mods are handled in Tekkit, it's going to be a good long while before that whole thing gets worked out, because the newer versions of Minecraft work off of a different mod system, and my understanding is they're having real problems getting stuff ported over to the new system, and it's looking like Feed the Beast is going to be kind of taking on, is basically going to be the Tekkit for the new versions of Minecraft, which from my understanding is actually probably a good thing, just because of some of the conflicts of permissions and stuff like that. Apparently there were some real problems. Some of the mod authors were not happy at all with the way things were handled with Tekkit, and I kind of see their point. So I am going to be at some point I am going to be starting a Feed the Beast series, and that'll be over on my other channel. I'll announce all that when that happens. I don't have that set up yet. So let's see, I just got that set up. I need to create that red alloy wire. So let's take a look at that. Jacketed wire is, jacketed wire is a red alloy ingot surrounded by 8 covers of whatever. The really nice thing about these things is, if you look at jacketed wire, you can use damn near any item. Any type of cover that you want to use, it'll work. In my case, like I said, I'm going to be using the cobblestone, which is here. So it's just one red alloy ingot surrounded by 8 cobblestone covers will give you 4. So we need 4 redstone and either 1 iron or 1 copper. Let me look here. I think, kind of a toss-up at this point, I'm going to go with copper. EMC value is less. Looks like I've got more stores of that anyways, so it's just going to be better for me overall. I'm just going to make a whole crap ton of them because it's just, I know I'm going to need a bunch. So I'll come back when that's done and put all that wire together and start creating the lamps, and I'll go get some light. Actually, in the meantime, all this stuff is cooking down. I'm going to start making some lamps. So what we need is 2 white lumar, which is a couple of bone meal. I'm making white lamps. That's just me. It's you know, you can make pretty much any color lamp you want. Really doesn't matter. It depends on your resources. You know, like the purple dye, you can make it out of or indigo or whatever. You know, you can make any color lamp you want, and it depends on the whatever resources. You know, like, realistically, I should probably, now that I think about it, now I have more bone meal than I have for flowers. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with the bone meal and stick with the white lamps. So let's start this off. I need some white lumar. I'm gonna need a bunch of it. You get 2 per recipe here, so that's what's nice. So I'm gonna need some redstone, and I'm gonna need some glowstone. I already have my bone meal, and since it's only a 4x4 or a 2x2, actually I'm gonna start off with that. That will give me 8 lamps. Is that enough? We'll see. I'm gonna need some more glass. I need some more sand. Ooh. It's always nice to see. Far more bricks than I'm gonna need for a while. Alright, we got 16 of those. That should create plenty here. Now you do have to be careful when you're making this stuff. Say if you were to only have 8 of these and you were to put you know, extra of these covers around. I've done this a million times. It makes me furious each time. You run out of that, and then all of a sudden you have your hollow stone brick covers. If you were to shift click on that when you're making your stone brick jacketed wire, you're going to end up with a bunch of stone brick covers. And it's going to make you really mad. So, be careful. Alright, so now I've got 64 of those. That's going to be more than enough for now. Should have enough of that. Have some redstone. Let's make some lamps. That'll get me started at least. Maybe. Ha! Maybe not. I got 4 to start with. At least you'll see what my goal is here. I need oh, nice. This is the only thing that's going to take up any space in that crawl space. Is that lever. All right, so now take that lever. Oops. What happened there? And then start wiring it up. See, that'll automatically attach to the lever if I make that go away. That doesn't stick around. So like that. The cool thing is with this, it's just like the red alloy wire. It will light up when you flip that switch. All right. Grab some of these lamps. And I chose this pattern because it uses up 28 of these wires versus 32. You're low on resources, it's always a good idea to plan that stuff out. You know, it's probably a good idea to plan it out just for efficiency's sake anyways. Okay, so now we have our lamps. So that provides plenty of light for down here for the time being. And it's just a really nice clean look. So now I'm going to cap this off and get the rest of these lights finished, and then we'll be able to start on the main level here. Start with the windows. Now with windows, like I said, I like to use panels, glass panels, because you can break them and move them versus breaking them and losing them. Plus you get a whole bunch more extra. So I'll get that that floor and ceiling finished off with the lamps, and I'll come back when that's done. You know, one thing I also need is an electric wrench, because I'm not going to run the risk of losing any of these. And with an electric wrench versus a regular wrench, you can set it to a lossless mode. It takes a lot more power at that point, but it'll save your butt. So what you want to do is you need to, well, here, I'll pull up the recipe here. So you need a wrench, electronic circuit, and a rechargeable battery. For the wrench, you need bronze. And onto the 6 bronze, which is bronze dust, which is tin dust, and 3 copper dust gives you bronze. So I'm going to need 3 tin and 9 copper dust. And I don't have any dust, do I? I have some tin, and I have some copper. Good. Okay, so now, got that. I have my 6 bronze dust. Quickly smelt that. Okay, so now I have my, oops, don't need that. Okay, so now I have enough for my wrench. Pop that in there. And we have the electric wrench. This does no good until it's charged up. So, head over here. Then you just toss it in the top there. Charge it right up for you. Now, the trick with this is there are 2 modes. There's regular mode, then there's lossless mode. I always put this into lossless mode as soon as I get it set up. And once you put it there, it stays there, no matter if you put it into a chest or keep charging it or whatever. So all you do is you hit Shift or Crouch yeah, because I've remapped my Shift, my Crouch key to C, and so now it's C for me. So it's the Crouch key. And you crouch and right click. Oops. Or is it M? Yep, I'm sorry, my bad. M. The letter M. You hold that down, you right click on it, and it changes the mode. So now it's in lossless mode. So now when I come over here and pick up my machines, see there's that I believe it's 20% chance of their coming back with just a machine block if you use a regular wrench. If you use this in lossless mode, watch that bar, that would have been that 20% chance. That's why it drains so quickly. So now I got to go back and recharge that. That's the only disadvantage to this, is the fact that you do have to charge it fairly often. Oop. That's another trick. Don't keep this thing in your hotbar, because I can't tell you how many times I've accidentally had it, in my hand, right click on it to open the user interface of whatever device, and I end up picking the thing up. Especially with a power device like a bat box, you lose all your charge when you pick it up. So that's a little trick there. Don't walk around with that loaded up in your hotbar. So now hopefully I won't have to recharge the thing again. Good. Yeah, there we go. Alright, take a quick nap here. And I will come back and get the other machine and then start getting set up in the new facility.